the English top flight. Keane's admitted his short fuse will have to get longer, that patience needs to become a virtue. For half an hour he played the holding role, stuck to the bench, as if he had to earn the right to enter his technical area. But the game was subdued until Derby scored right on half-time. The new boss would have to improvise. It didn't sound like the hairdryer was on, but something powered up. When Chris Brown bundled in the first goal of the new regime, it felt like a breakthrough, a release. The boss was standing tall, winding his team up to instant effect. If he was Fergie's on-the-field mouthpiece, Graham Kavanagh will be Keane's. By the end, the noise from the bench almost matched the chorus of away-end approval. Keane had started better than the two men who did most to make him. Cloughy lost his first game, Fergie scraped a draw.
Roy, well done. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, obviously the result. You know, before the game I thought no matter what the result might be, I would try and take it all in and try and enjoy it, and of course it always helps when you win.
A great start.
Not too bad, yeah.
For a passionate, charismatic, control freak, it's the perfect job, if you win. It looks like Roy Keane will manage.
Well, if it carries on like this, Roy will remain keen on a career in football management. Let's round up 4 more games in the Championship now, starting at Turf Moor.
Turf Moor can be one of the coldest places in Britain, and it's also freezing out its owner-occupiers. Burnley simply cannot seem to win at home. Against the run of play, Kevin Watson finished a move which inched Colchester towards their first ever away win at this level. Overawed in the Championship, not a bit of it. Behind at the break, Burnley needed to hold their nerve and hit Colchester hard, so John McGreal's clumsy trip on Richard Garcia was just about the last thing they needed. Chris Iwelumo was handed the task of sticking away the spot kick, which he did, after a curious and slightly showbiz build-up. Gifton Noel-Williams came close to a spectacular reply for Burnley, only to be stopped by Aidan Davison. After that, Steve Cotterill was forced into making a triple substitution, but in the end it was a man who'd been on the pitch for all 87 minutes, Andy Gray, the scorer, eventually. Colchester, though, according to Steve Cotterill, riding out of town with sombreros on.
Southampton manager George Burley needed no introduction at Portman Road, and his players soon made themselves at home too. No one tight enough on Kenwyn Jones. Ipswich were behind inside 3 minutes. Burley's side was dominating his former club, and it took the post to deny Grzegorz Rasiak one of the goals of the season. After the break, Jones had another chance to put the game out of reach. But too much thinking time is not always a good thing. The opportunity squandered, and Southampton paid the price. Midway through the second half, the breakthrough came for Jim Magilton's men. Alan Lee, being shepherded to safety by Pedro Pele, took a tumble. It looked soft, but the defender did stick a toe in. Simon Walton's penalty was expertly converted. Reprieved, Ipswich now pushed on for the winner. A performance full of character, guts and heart, according to Magilton, which was crowned by teenager Billy Clark. His first ever league goal, 12 minutes from the end. Saints will still be wondering this morning how they went home empty-handed. There was time remaining for Bradley Wright-Phillips to rattle the post. And for Jason DeVos to add to the constant debate about video replays. So close to putting through his own net. Southampton's appeals were waved away.
Got to take it to the chin. We maybe should have been a bit more ruthless in front of goals with opportunities. But there you go. I thought we played some great attacking football and really could have scored, you know, virtually double figures today.
I have to say we rode our luck a few times, but I'm sure we'll play as well as that away from home and not collect anything from the game. So we'll take it, we'll tuck it away, and we look forward now to what will be another very tough game on Tuesday night against Coventry.
This match will have meant the world to Ian Holloway, the manager QPR disposed of last winter. He'll have hated watching his side go behind. Even worse, Dexter Blackstock was a Plymouth player last year. Holloway's team dominated and got their reward when the expansively named Sylvan Ebanks-Blake stuck away his chance. 1-1 though, not really enough.
Twice Southend were the width of a crossbar from losing their unbeaten home record, and both times Glenn Whelan was the unluckiest man at Roots Hall. Even so, Southend manager Steve Tilson thought a point apiece was fair, and his side did have their moments, with Freddie Eastwood never afraid to dig out a shot. Brad Jones will claim he had it covered. 0-0.
Still to come today, all of the action in Leagues 1 and 2. But next, it's the rest of the roundup in the Championship, including the fight back of the fixture list at Barnsley, and we'll have a look at the leaders Cardiff, who are at Preston.
You forgot this.
Practical and exciting. Don't see that very often. The new Skoda Octavia VRS.
Right now at Subway, get a delicious 6-inch sub of the day made fresh in front of you and an ice-cold Coke Zero for just $2.49. Subway, eat fresh.
At last, a denture adhesive without the messy ooze.
Announcing Polygrip ComfiSeal strips.
It's the right shape.
It's a thin, slim strip.
The right hold.
That holds like a cream.
The right feel.
Without the messy ooze. They're pre-measured with the right amount of adhesive. Just set them. You get a strong, clean seal that lasts all day. Polygrip ComfiSeal strips. A new way to hold your dentures all day, every day.
Will Young is back! The multi-platinum selling Brit Award winner is at the Sheffield Hallam FM Arena on Tuesday the 19th of September. Don't miss out, book your tickets now!
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way.
Ding ding. Focus. Sells-cab. Hand special. Whoops. D-dental swoosh. Foreign patch. Fisk paper. Yay. Yay. Sleeping suits. Freezers. White. White. Freezers. Box. To box. Integration. Scratch and pack. Buzzing. Buzzword. Growing. Growing. Rome. Roic. Planetary.
Email and MSN Messenger on your mobile.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm quitting with nicotine lozenges. Why I want to give up smoking is for health reasons. I like my sport, I find my chest is getting tight. I smoke roughly between 15 to 20 cigarettes a day, sometimes more if I've had a beer, probably up to 30 or 40 even. And I've tried to give up smoking perhaps 2 or 3 times before. I've tried all sorts of different things, but this time I'm really going to make a go of it. I'm going to have my last cigarette, and then it'll be on these guys.
Be strong and quit with nicotine.
With this Sunday's News of the World, don't miss your free Little Britain DVD offer with all your favourites, including
D to the P to the Icky to the Ollard.
Help me! I'm a lady with a beard! Plus, meet the new characters.
Ding dong.
Hello, baby. So nice to meet you.
Your free Little Britain DVD, only with this Sunday's News of the World.
Welcome back. Time now to go through 5 more games in the top flight of the Football League. We start at Barnsley. So, was it just like watching Brazil?
Just 3 minutes on the clock at Oakwell when Clint Hill arrived to put Stoke ahead with his first goal for more than a year.
Stoke looked to be on their way to their first away win of the season, when midway through the first half, Luke Chadwick made it 2. Manager Tony Pulis felt sure that there would be more goals in the second half. Problem was, both were scored by Barnsley. Tommy Wright made an immediate impact after coming on as a substitute. Barnsley had previously come from 2 down to beat Hull 3-2 at the start of last month, and again showed plenty of character to save a point from a game they could have so easily lost. Paul Hayes with the equaliser.
I think they had 3 chances in the first half, they scored 2. We had all the possession again in the first half, and then second half, I just thought it was when we were going to score. We were wave after wave after wave, and luckily we managed to get 2, and you know, maybe should have got another one just towards the end, but you know, we can't, again, we keep saying that, it's a great result, but you can't keep giving teams 2-0 leads on you.
There were quite a few howlers in the league this week, but few as decisive as Darren Kenton's, which ended Leicester's 83 minutes of dogged resistance at West Brom. The defender needed no one to tell him he'd blown it for his side. The Baggies maintained the momentum to give the scoreline a touch of gloss. Kevin Phillips' fleet-footed progress towards his first goal in the black and white stripes, unceremoniously ended by Patrick Kisnorbo. That meant Phillips opened his account for the Baggies anyway. Albion have a 100% record on home turf.
Sam Parkin hasn't wasted any time endearing himself to the Kenilworth Road faithful. Parkin's flick combined with another from Rowan Vine, releasing Carlos Edwards. Luton paid Ipswich just over £300,000 for Parkin, but manager Mike Newell has been eager to emphasise that without further investment, the club, in his words, will be going nowhere. Having helped set up Luton's opening goal, Vine scored the second himself. Shefki Kuchi was substituted on his Palace debut, and the visitors did look a lot brighter late on. They had a penalty appeal turned down, Leon Court hit the bar, and James Scowcroft scored in second half stoppage time.
Got a nice early goal, set us up, let them come back into it a little bit, I thought, first half, but then second half we come back out quickly, got the second goal, and then we continued like that. We controlled it for a long period, and then they sort of come back at us at the end, which you expect because it's obviously 2-0 down, they're going to throw everything forward, so yeah, we're pleased with it.
£1 million signing Leon Mackenzie was barred from playing against his old club Norwich as part of the deal, but goals were no problem for Coventry. Chris Birchall's long-range strike paved the way for a convincing win. The East Anglians haven't even scored on the road so far, and a comeback looked way beyond reach once Kevin Kyle joined Birchall in opening his account for the Midlands club. Stern John, who picked out that perfect cross, completed the rout himself. The combined might of half the Norwich team somehow unable to keep him at bay. Just like last season, away form is Norwich's biggest concern.
Gary McSheffrey again showed just why Birmingham paid £4 million to sign him from Coventry when setting up DJ Campbell. Birmingham were without Cameron Giroud, who has a knee injury, but they had Mikel Forsell on the bench, and on loan Arsenal striker Nicholas Bentner is proving unstoppable. Hull are the only team in the Championship without a win, but with new signing Michael Bridges catching the eye, they rallied sufficiently to pull a goal back through David Livermore. Birmingham were then forced to replace David Dunn, injured once more, and they got jittery. Nicky Forster hitting the post. Then in second half stoppage time, Hull's John Parkin was dismissed for a second yellow card. Manager Phil Parkinson claimed that Radhi Jaidi had made far too much of the challenge. Birmingham's Steve Bruce declined to comment.
So good wins for West Brom, Birmingham, Coventry and Luton. But it was Cardiff who led the way coming into this weekend. They, though, faced the long and tricky trip to Preston. Commentary on this one from John Champion.
Graham Alexander to Keogh. That's one for Nugent to chase, and he's gone down under the challenge of Lovens. It's a free kick, but what about the colour of the card? Preston are beseeching Eddie Ilderton to go across to his assistant, and it's red. Glenn Lobens is sent off. Nugent. A good run by David Nugent, and then he follows through on McNaughton, and he's already been booked, and it is now 10 against 10. Cedric. Adjumang. It's a nice turn. It's a very neat goal. McNaughton. Chopra. They're appealing for handball, but the goal stands. Michael Chopra with the equaliser for Cardiff. One good touch, one lucky one. Adjumang. And Whaley! Sedgwick. Free waiting. Pugh! 2-1. Danny Pugh's first for Preston. Chopra. Camera. Chopra! A foot away from making it 2-2.
I thought second half our attitude, our performance was absolutely first class, and it was what we wanted from the players.
If that's a sending off, then you've got to take out shoulder charges all through the game, because that is never ever a sending off.
Cardiff stay top of the table despite that defeat at Preston, but only goal difference now separates them from second place Birmingham. West Brom are up to third after beating Leicester. That impressive win over the leaders sees Preston move into the top 10, while Leeds will dramatically improve their position if they beat Wolves at Elland Road later today. Rock bottom Hull are still without a league win this season, but Sunderland move out of the drop zone following Roy Keane's dream start at Derby. QPR make up the bottom three. When we come back, we will have the sack full of strikes in Leagues 1 and 2, plus...
No one likes them, but maybe they do care after all. I'm at Millwall, where it's all change on and off the pitch.
Hey, I bumped into your little sister the other day. She's certainly grown up. Yeah, I couldn't help noticing she'd blossomed. I know she's your sister, but I would. Kind of reminds me of your mum.
The latest cars to the latest gadgets. In gear, full of high-tech kit, extreme sports and more. This week, get a live Jimi Hendrix CD, free inside the new look Sunday Times.
Two digital hearing aids for the price of one at Specsavers.
You know what bugs the experts at Oral-B? Brushing your teeth still leaves plaque bugs behind. Billions of acid-producing, enamel-eating bugs. So they invented new Oral-B Vitality, a rechargeable brush under £25. Vitality is pure plaque-busting genius. It moves almost 8,000 times a minute and could destroy twice as much plaque as a manual. Take that, plaque. Plug in Vitality. Recharge your smile. New Oral-B Vitality.
Dad?
Yes, love?
Can you help me with my maths?
You? Maths? That's a good one.
Ask your mother. She's out.
Oh, she's gone out. What are you going to do now?
Why don't you use a calculator? That's cheating.
Bad dad. Very bad dad.
Dad, I need to do it now.
Get rid of your gremlins and get on. Call 0800 66 0800.
OK, boss, get this. It's a 5-door hatchback with 3 years free servicing or a free leather interior and 0% finance. And it starts at just £8,995.
The Lotus Engineered Gen 2. From Proton, of course.
Hanging from a pine tree by my knees, sunshine through the shade. Nobody knows what it's all about. It's too much, man, let it all hang out. Let it all hang out. Let it all hang out.
Brewed with citrus hops for an effortless taste. New Foster's Twist. Laid-back lager.
I park in the company car park.
Good. How often do you drive to work?
3 times a week.
Good. That'll help your insurance quote.
See how much an RAC motor quota could save you. For a tailored quote, call 0800 910 910 now. What's more, with only 35,000 car insurance policies including RAC roadside cover left, now's the time to join.
The planet is in a delicate balance. For every clever thing that happens, something really dumb happens elsewhere. At 12:27, a man applies for a Mint card. He gets a 0% offer until July 2007 and another 0% bonus offer in 2008. This is really clever. And at exactly the same time, the clever dumb balance is restored. My, clever Mint.